What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Rocco's Kitchen. Today we're making pizza, but we're going to make the dough with just our hands. No fancy mixers or anything like that. It is going to get messy. It's a wet dough, so I would suggest taking off any rings. Don't forget, if you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Now, for this dough, you are going to need 3 2/3 cups of a high-protein bread flour, 1.5 cups of water at about 55 degrees, about 1/16 of a teaspoon of active dry yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Start putting it together. First thing we're going to do, pour water to a larger bowl and dissolve our yeast and our salt into that water. Give a little mix. Help that dissolve. Okay. Now we're slowly going to start adding in our flour. Mix that up while we go. Just break up those clumps as I go. At this stage, I kind of just mix it like as if I was making a pasta dough. Add the rest in there. That getting pretty sticky. It will get less sticky the more you work with it. That flour is going to keep absorbing the water. Okay, get that. Try to get that dough off my fingers. And we're gonna start kneading. Just lightly to start. Just folding, pushing it into itself. This is a high hydration dough. It is going to be sticky. As you can see, it's already back. But this needs to be kneaded for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll be right back. So you're kneaded for 10 minutes. Now we're just going to take a clean kitchen towel and cover our bowl. We're going to let that rest at room temperature for 6 hours. We'll be back. So it has been 6 hours. So it's time to ball our dough up. I'm just going to take a little flour on my hands. I'm going to scoop out our dough. lady. Bench knife, cut that into 3 equal pieces. Ball it up. Take it in the center. I'm going to make like a claw around it. And work it around. Put a little flour down. Try to use as little flour as possible. I don't want to incorporate too much flour right now. But it is going to take some because it's a very wet dough. Okay. We've got a nice ball there. So I'm going to take my little proofing box here. If you don't have one of these or something like it, you could use a small Tupperware and just do each one individually. And get that in there. And do that to those other 2 pieces of dough. And then I'm going to let that sit in there at room temperature for 3 hours. 3 more hours, and then it'll be time to make our pizzas. In 2 hours, I'm going to turn my oven on to 550 degrees, or as high as your oven will go, with a pizza stone 6 inches away from the broiler. Alright everybody, our balls have rested and our oven is preheated. So it is time to make pizza. We are going to take a copious amount of flour. Get that down on the table. Then we will use our bench scraper to get out one of these dough balls that have flattened up a good bit. Cover up the other 2. Stretch our dough. work those edges. I think we're looking good right there. Okay. So take my dough, push it off to the side. Get this flour out of here. I'm going to build my pizza right on my pizza peel. So your pizza peel. Get a good bit of semolina flour or cornmeal on there. Help your pizza slide off. Start with our tomato. We got Palmy strain tomatoes. I like this product a lot. Just pour some on here. Work it around with a spoon. Need a little more than that. Tonight we are just gonna make a meatball pizza. Mom came by earlier to see the baby. I had different plans for the pizza, but she dropped off some meatballs when she was visiting, so slice those up and we're gonna make some pizzas out of them. Next, we're gonna go salt and pepper. See, some people make their pizza sauce beforehand. I don't think it's necessary to cook your pizza sauce. I think it'll cook on your pizza just fine. I'm going to sprinkle a little dried oregano as well. Now we're going to grate this pecorino romano. Some whole milk mozzarella that I just cut up into little cubes. Drop those on there. Good. We're going to throw our meatballs on. Sliced meatballs. Good. Now, we're almost ready. We're going to give it a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And we're ready to go in the oven. We are going to put some fresh basil on there, but we're going to wait until it comes out of the oven. Okay, let's head on over to the oven. Okay, so we preheated at 550, and now turn the oven off, turn the broiler on. When we turn the bake off, turn the broiler on. So we're just going to wait until that broiler kicks on, which it is going. And I also have an old pan at the bottom of the oven. My stone's 6 inches above. I got a cup of about a quarter cup of water sitting to the side. Take our pizza. I like to give it a little shake before we go in. Put her down on the stone. Take our water. Throw that on your pan. See that steam pop up? That steam is going to give your crust a nice rise. Alright. Let that cook. I'll be right back. That just came out, so now we're just going to tear our fresh basil. Throw that on. There you have it. We just made a delicious pizza in our home oven, making the dough with nothing but our hands. Should be proud of yourself. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat this pizza while my oven gets back to temp to cook the rest of these. You guys have a good night. Cheers.